I recently made a poll which asked you guys what you thought of some ideas of mine. 58% of correspondents agreed that the Syndicate board should be reworked. That's mostly because the Syndicate board looks like this. You have 4 categories: transportation, fortification, research, and intervention, different relationships among the masters which influences how bargaining and betraying works, an interrogation chamber which ups intelligence in that safe house, and different ranks of each master depending on how they're executed. People have figured it out, but it's complex. I personally don't find it very fun. I don't do it much. I just don't like it. I do like the veiled mod system. I do like the battle mechanics, though, when they're added to maps. So hear me out. This is an idea of mine to make the Syndicate simpler, but not necessarily easier. Let's keep the 4 safe house system, transportation being the train mechanic, fortification the fort, research the underground lab, and intervention the random pop-up fights on a map. Someone like Haku in transportation would be a common encounter. Finding Aisling in research would be quite uncommon. After defeating the master, you'd be given only 2 choices, the same each time, and you have to click one. You can't just pass. You can ally Haku in this case, or choose to betray. If you ally, this does 4 things. It raises Haku's tier by 1 stage, up to a max of 4 like how it is now, which affects his outcomes in the safe house. It also lowers another random Syndicate member's tier by 1 stage, someone in fortification, let's say. Lastly, it raises intelligence and transportation by a little bit. No more interrogation, little mini chamber. When intelligence hits full in transportation, that is your safe house as it is. Much like the Alva Temple, it's done. It now has to be run before you can go deterministically betray people to where they need to be. This keeps it challenging to get a good tier 4 Aisling, let's say. If you do betray, as I've implied, it lowers Haku's rank, in this case by 1 stage, and would move him randomly into either fortification, research, or intervention. This also raises intelligence in the safe house where you found him. I mentioned allying does 4 things. The 4th thing is that it drops an item with a veiled mod like how it is now. With this system, it would benefit from upping their fight difficulty. Fighting the safe house leader, that is the one with the highest tiered rank, would feel like fighting Oshabi or so. The masters, when added to June maps, would feel like fighting a metamorph.